Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. So this phrase, hip hop is a sport, has over the last year or so really been taking off and is now becoming a full-blown movement. So we're going to use it as an example to see how we can get some more inner, deeper information from a phrase, lyrics, affirmations, and mantras using numerology. I'm Elizabeth, and I help spiritual practitioners and number enthusiasts apply numerology to their practice and to their everyday life. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. So, as we have encountered a resurgence of the rap battle and of this music, which has been a lot of fun to be able to be part of and to witness, we've heard this saying, hip hop is a sport, and I've got my t shirt on here that I've got from Screwface Jean. I'll make sure to put his link below if you would like a shirt of your own. But this phrase as keep coming up where now it's becoming more of a movement that if you are part of and with the hip hop culture and understand the mastery of what is battle rap, then you'll understand how important it is to recognize that hip hop is a sport. But it's very interesting the numerical vibration of this phrase as well. So, with any phrase, lyric, affirmation, or mantra, we can take each of the letters that are within the word, or in this case, the whole phrase, and we assign it its numbers. So, in typical, well, no, like traditional numerology, you would reduce all of the numbers to a single digit first. In intuitive numerology, which is what I do, it's really important for each letter to have its own numerical vibration and to maintain the 1 or 2 digit number that represents it. That way we can get a full path and we can see the full weaving of the vibrations that we're looking at. So here, when we add up all of the letters for hip hop as a sport, we get 189. And now 189 is showing us this three-step path. And it's a unique number in that 189, when you add up those three digits, it equals 18, which then equals 9. So it's almost like a repetitive number where it's 189 goes to 18, 9. So you're getting these three steps multiple times in multiple ways, where 9 is really the ending of cycles. And it's interesting to always have, when you have this 9 as the first step, because it feels like it's an ending, like it should be like a last step, but it really here is a first step that you first have to end the cycles, and end the way that you do things, end some of your mindset. You have to end any of your mindsets that are not allowing you to see hip hop as a sport. Then you're able to bring in this massive amount of energy because now you've made space and you can bring in all of this energy that's in the form of an 8, which is these cycling energies, which could be just it could be both the repetition, the pattern, the lyrical pattern of the music that's being produced, but also it is like the history and the cadence and the understanding of hip hop and hip hop as a sport is that 8. And then you have this new energy of like, oh, this one of like, here's a new way of doing it, or here are some new lyrical schemes, or a new way of presenting this information. And that's that 1. So by ending the cycles with that 9, now you can bring in this information. And right now we have so much moon energy happening in the astrology. And 18 is also the energy of that's representative of the moon. We can also look at 189. split it apart as two major weavings coming together. So we can look at 89 separate from the 100. So with the 89, it's the ending of the cycles. So then you can bring in this big cycling energy. And at the same time, so like parallel to it, you are bringing in this 100, which is whenever you have a zero, this is that divine energy that nobody has control over. It's like you look at this energy, and when you see this energy manifest, you know that it's of a higher power, that nobody could control it or create it. And so this divine energy is really enhancing all of this new energy of the one that's coming in, and that's 100. And so then when these two are weaving together, now we're getting this one 89. Now it goes to 18, so now we're given even more of that 8 energy and the 1 energy. But then our final outcome is our first step. And so this is where it's repeating over and over again. It's creating a beautiful cycle because now we're ending and also starting with the 9. And so now you're ending the cycle. And so when we think about hip hop and in particular battle rap, where it's this back and forth, the back and forth, and it's the lyrical schemes, and then you also have the way the music cadence is bringing in this whole new vibration. And then it comes to somewhat of an end, but the end is also could be the beginning of when it comes and it's another resurgence. It's very interesting to see how these numerical vibrations are really representing and working with this phrase. Now, we can do this similar thing with any kind of affirmation or mantra. And then you can also add your 2-digit life path number to any of these numbers to see how your energy combines with it and what are the steps specifically for you to work and weave with this energy. So also when we look at numerical vibrations in this way, when it's really using anything that's words, we have to recognize that we are not just drawing in that one phrase or mantra or affirmation that we're saying. We're drawing in any of the words or statements or phrases that resonate at that same vibration. So all of these vibrations are very neutral and they come into our space, or we draw them into our space, and then based on our perspective is how we interact with them and how we use them. So for example, by using hip hop as a sport, as like a call to action, as a movement, as a mindset, then that means that you could see it as an opportunity, because the word opportunity is also resonating at 189. So if you see hip hop as a sport as a very positive thing and as like a door opener, it's like, oh, when the battle rap call comes out and hip hop is on the field, everybody's outside and ready to play, now that's an opportunity for you to step up. Also, if you look at it from a different perspective, where if you recognize and understand the Black oral history of storytelling and of making sure that generation after generation has information within and from the Black community, that resonates at 189 as well. And so you can see it in that way. You could also see and experience hip hop as a sport as a dualistic extreme of like this back and forth. So, any of these phrases, and actually a lot more, these are actually just the phrases that I pulled out that were 189 just from the last month. So, just from June. um, but any of these and all of these you would come in and you would experience. So if this was an affirmation or a mantra that you're repeating and that you're trying to use to manifest, you have to recognize that that vibration could come in a different way. It's going to come in and you're going to experience it based on your perspective in that moment. So you have to be aware that it could come in and present itself in a different way. And you have to recognize it so that you can see that a music with meaning, 189, is also hip hop is a sport, 189. So recognizing that it's the same vibration, it's the same energy coming in. I also just wanted to show you another way of looking at this. So if we just take the first part of this phrase, hip hop is, and hip hop is actually resonates at 100. And so all of the words and phrases below resonate at 89. And so then together, we're still getting to that vibration of 189. So here we can see like hip hop is a sport, but it also hip hop is to play, it's influence, to love. Also, hip hop is unity. So that phrase is still resonating at this 189. And so then this is how that vibration can come in and we can interact with it just based on our perspective. I hope you, and I know I'm going to continue to enjoy hip hop as a sport. And I will be looking for some other phrases and mantras and affirmations that we can look at this way and do a deeper dive into. If you have any of your favorite mantras or affirmations, please give them to me below or send them my way, and we can look at them and do a deeper dive. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Um, Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell so you can get my next video. Thanks. Bye.